Alright. Hello, everybody. It is the Tuesday night comic book preview stream here at Fantasy Books and Games,
Yeah.
and we are going to show off some new comics that are coming out tomorrow. Um, it is like I don't think it's as big of a release as the last couple of weeks.
No.
I was feeling it the last couple of weeks. Like it was.
Lot
I
of
know I
reading?
know I read a lot of comics, but man, it was like the last couple of weeks had the final issues of a
Yeah.
few miniseries and also the first issues of some new miniseries. So there was a significant crossover. But this week there's I actually got a lot of facsimiles to talk about.
Oh, how many?
Oh, there's like five and a half,
Okay.
and that's a little cheat though because we're also counting this issue of Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes,
Okay.
which came out last week that I forgot to grab. I was so turned around last week because last week I also grabbed a facsimile from the previous week, the Transformers one,
Oh
and I meant to grab
yeah.
this and I missed it. Um, so I guess we'll just talk about this. But
Sure.
there's even not counting this. There's like one, two, three, four and a half like
Okay.
facsimile related products that we're going
Yeah.
to talk about. But also there is some choice new stuff
Mm-hmm.
that's coming out tomorrow. So I'm excited to talk about some of this. But this is Supergirl Legion of Superheroes number 23. This is from 2006, I believe. And this was the Legion of Superheroes series at the time.
Okay.
It's being reprinted, I think, just because of
The
this
movie.
beautiful cover
Yeah.
art by Adam Hughes. This was the cover that was originally used in the 1 in 10 ratio variant back in
Oh.
2006. So they're just reprinting it with this beautiful cover. So if you weren't able to get it, now you can. And like you said, the Supergirl movie.
Right.
And this is not even the only facsimile reprint that's coming out this week that I think is related to the Supergirl movie.
Right.
Or new comic that's related to. There's a lot of super, as you might expect, because the movie comes out soon.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
when.
can't tell you
Is it
either.
is it this month or in a few
It
weeks?
is. I think it's this
Is it
month.
next weekend or this
Uh,
weekend? I don't know. I'm
I
I'm
should
bad.
know
I'm
this.
bad at
Yeah.
paying attention to movies. But anyway, yeah, this is a. I actually have the original, an original of this one,
Oh, cool.
but it's the regular cover. So I think it's pretty cool that they did this variant cover. Now I can have both covers because I didn't get the ratioed one,
Nice.
way back in 20 years ago.
What ratio was it?
It's
Do
a
you
1 in
know?
10.
1 in 10. Okay.
Yeah. That was back when a lot of variants were just ratios, like
Mhm.
because they weren't. It was a different time. They weren't spitting out 3 to 5 variants for every single issue.
Right.
But anyway, this is a. I mean, this was a fun series. It's written by Mark Wade.
Oh,
He's been in the game for a long time.
I like
So
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
classic Legion of Superhero stuff. But let's move on now to some current facsimiles that are coming out tomorrow. And I have another one that I'm really excited about. This
Nice.
is Detective Comics 359, as you might expect from the cover. This is the first appearance of Batgirl.
Oh,
This is
that's
originally
cool.
from 1966, I think, when this came out.
Hmm.
Um, they had to kind of rush this issue out because they had decided they were going to put her in the TV show. They were like, we need a Batgirl for the TV show. So
Oh,
DC was like, all right, we got to introduce her in the comics first so that we can get ahead of it and advertise it and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the first appearance of Batgirl. This is another one. I have an
you
original
have an
copy of
original
this.
of this?
Yes,
Ooh.
although mine has some significant and curious damage to the cover. I wrote a whole comic book about it. I wrote and drew. Did I ever give you one of
I think you
those?
did actually.
I don't
Yeah.
want to show it off too much on the stream, just because I'm not here to promote myself. But and I don't sell this zine in the store because it is adults only. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's a high quality scan of the. I'm just gonna leave it as a mystery to the viewers out there of what kind of damage could possibly be on this cover. But it's pretty funny. I think it's conspicuous. Like I said,
Yes.
I did a whole mini Z. Maybe if you see me at a convention or if we do an in-store creator appearance, I'll have these for sale.
Nice.
But yeah, so this is fun. I got a nice mint facsimile copy to put next to. Yeah, that's right. Jessica does recognize that cover. She also she helped me with the art. She inked and did finishes on that zine. And so now we have a pristine version that doesn't have the mysterious damage to the cover. But anyway, so yeah, this cover, I believe it's Carmine Infantino, classic Batgirl, Batman comics. Yeah, just I'm very excited for this one. That was very cool.
Nice.
I don't want to spend too much time talking about it because we got several other facsimiles to talk about.
Yeah.
I said I had another one that was related to the Supergirl movie, and that is Lobo #1.
Ooh.
And this is the actual first. It's not the first appearance of Lobo, but the first solo series, mini series of Lobo by the late great Keith Giffen and Alan Grant, and also the great Simon Bisley doing these awesome covers, doing the awesome art. This we will talk about the new issue of Lobo that's coming out tomorrow, but the current series by Scotty Young and Jorge Corona. I've been telling everybody, if you haven't read this series, this is what they're inspired by. Like they're clearly riffing on the original Keith Giffen and Simon Bisley series, and it's so good. I really love this comic. The Biz, he's just so over the top with his character designs and the violence, and it's funny too. Like it's really, really funny.
Nice.
But a lot of the just like the classic version of Lobo, like I love this, like these weird characters that he draws and all these designs. Really, really good stuff. I want to say this was the early 90s when this came out. I can't quite remember, but if you have not read this, you should definitely read it. It is really, really good stuff. And if you are enjoying the current Lobo series, then you really should read this. You will like it. I guarantee it. All right, another facsimile that I am looking forward to. Marvel is continuing with the Silver Surfer reprints. This is the original series by Stan Lee and John Buscema, and this is issue number 4, famous cover by Big John Buscema. This is Thor versus the Silver Surfer, and that's what the main series is, or the main story is. And as you might expect, Loki basically tricks them into fighting each other because that's what he does. That's his whole thing. But beautiful, beautiful artwork by John Buscema, and I really love this original classic Silver Surfer series, even though it's definitely overwritten. This is like this was
a comic of its time.
It's a comic of its time. Well, not just that. Silver Surfer was the character that Stan Lee really embraced. I think he really thought Silver Surfer was going to be like his stepping stone to legitimacy.
Yeah.
He wasn't just doing comics anymore. He was doing high art, and it kind of shows. I think I really like them, but it's pretty kitschy, and maybe not as
accessible.
Not necessarily. It's just not as good as he thought it would be, or not as highbrow. That's better. More not as highbrow. It's people still are it's still just comic books, But anyway, yeah, classic Silver Surfer. Man, so what is that? That's the 4th one right there that we've talked about. Number 3 that's coming out tomorrow.
So
and this is well, technically there's a 4 in here. We're going to talk about this. This is the Marvel's 616 blind bag.
Nice.
This is they're putting this out for 616 Day, which is actually today.
Right.
But it comes out tomorrow, and this is a blind bag. You don't know what you're going to get. It has 2 comics in it. I don't know if you've looked at what you can get out of these.
No, I haven't.
So
are we opening one?
We're going to open one on the stream.
Yeah.
So this has, first of all, it comes with a Dr. Doom mask. That's Jack Kirby art.
Oh.
That was enough to sell me on it, honestly. But it comes with an exclusive black and white edition of Doom Quest.
Okay.
Or you could get the extremely exclusive original art by an artist sketch. They did that with their Ultimate Endgame blind bags, where you could pull out a sketch cover by a Marvel artist.
Yeah.
But then in addition to the Doom Quest, you could pull one of 3 facsimile books.
Oh,
you could get a copy of Avengers 25, which is the first time Avengers fought Dr. Doom, and that's by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. You could get Fantastic Four 258 by John Byrne, just a classic Dr. Doom issue. and Iron Man 149, which is Iron Man versus Doctor Doom. That's by David Michelini and John Romita Jr.
Oh,
So
nice.
these are all good issues,
Yeah.
facsimiles that you can pull. But in addition to those 3 facsimiles, you could pull one of the variant covers. They have new covers because you know how sometimes they do variant covers for facsimiles. So there's a lot of randomness going on here. You
Yeah.
could pull one of the 6 facsimile books, and then you can also potentially pull a sketch cover of Doom Quest #1.
Okay.
And there's also the Doctor Doom mask. So let's let's see what we got in here.
I'm excited.
I don't want to jinx it. I'm really hoping for an Avengers 25.
Okay.
Because this might not shock you to learn. I already have original copies of Fantastic Four 258 and Iron Man 149. So, but they got the variant or the new covers in there too. So I'll probably be happy with whatever I get. But let's see what we got here. All right, let's see here. We'll just go ahead and snip that off. All righty, let's see what we're pulling out of here. So we've got this is the Doom Quest. This is, let's see. Yep, see, black and white, as you can see there. So, yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, very nice. And then we've got the Doctor Doom mask here. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Beautiful, beautiful Jack Kirby. Oh, yeah, it like wraps all the way around. So. Jack Kirby, Doctor Doom. That is. I'm not going to wear it for the whole stream. I promise. It would be a little too cumbersome. All right, now this is the real. This is the real moment. It's like, let's see what facsimile we get here. All right. Oh my gosh, it looks like. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Avengers 25, and it's the original cover. Oh my god, I'm so excited because I really didn't want to have to buy multiple copies of this. Yeah, so there we go. All right. Yeah, look at that beautiful Jack Kirby, Doctor Doom. Oh yeah. All right. That's well, awesome. that was totally worth it. I mean, this Doom Quest looks neat and all, but
yeah,
this you know me and my facsimiles. This is what I'm here for. So, all right. Well, that was a success. All right, we can just close out the stream now. Oh no, I'm kidding. We got some other stuff to talk about. This is the half facsimile I referred to. Another issue of Savage Sword of Conan Reforged. Titan has been doing these reprints of classic Conan, but they're colorized. Right. So these are like old issues of Savage Sword of Conan, but with just updated colors. And this has a story by Big John Buscema and Roy Thomas. And I love me some classic Conan, and especially the Savage Sword. These were really good comics, really cool stuff. So
the coloring is awesome.
Yeah, they look really good. I'm definitely somebody who's like kind of a purist when it comes to I like my black and white comics. If they were meant to be in black and white, right, I like them in black and white. But I gotta say that these look pretty good. They don't look as gaudy as a lot of recolorings. Yeah. I think like they do look like the type of coloring you would see in a book from the 70s. Yeah. So I like it. I'm really happy. I'm happy to buy these. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. Okay, that is it. What did we like? 5.5 facsimiles, 4.5 new stuff. Let's talk about some new comics coming out tomorrow. Did you take a look at this one? Spider-Man: Long Way Home. This is a new Spider-Man miniseries by Jonathan Hickman and Adam Kubert. I forgot which Kubert brother it is. Andy or Adam? It's not Joe Kubert. I know that. But I skimmed and read most of this issue, and it's interesting. It's cool. I think it has a weird branding thing going on though, because as far as I can tell, this is basically like a kind of a Marvel Elseworld story. Right. Like it reminded me a little bit of that Wolverine Revenge series that came out by Jonathan Hickman. And I feel like he's kind of in a position now where he's at Marvel and he's just like I'm just going to pitch story ideas. They're not really in continuity. They're just stories that he wants to tell with these characters, and they're not really based around anything. Because like this is like the setup of the story is interesting, where like the Punisher. Let's put it on the big screen. So you have Frank Castle and some other like I think some of these are Shield characters. Most of them look new, and they're like part of a military squad that are going to infiltrate the jungle. There's like an AIM organization that they're on this mission,
Right.
and then some other characters show up, and it's like they don't know each other. Like it's like clearly supposed to be like a alternate version of the characters, and then Spider-Man gets involved, and it's just sort of like just because I don't know, I don't want to sound too dismissive of it. I mean, even the character of Spider-Man is even like, why am I here? So they play into that a little bit,
Okay.
where he's like, this is not really my thing,
Yeah.
I'm not a super soldier spy guy, But I thought it was good, but I did have like I was reading it and I'm like, is this part of an event or is this like a supposed to be a flashback for these? Is this one of those retro continuity books?
Yeah.
It's not one of those. I think
Okay.
it's
Its own
just like its
thing.
own thing. It's its own little Elseworld series. So if you like Jonathan Hickman and you like Andy or Adam Kubert, I guess I could look at the credits and see which one it is. I think it says it in the back there. Adam Kubert,
Adam.
which I
Okay.
do like Adam Kubert. He's done a lot of cool X-Men stuff. But yeah, so definitely check that out for all of you. I read a new Marvel comic.
This is a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
I don't often do that, but here we are. All right, I've been doing a whole lot of talking. What's something you got here to show off, Sam?
I have issue 21 of Absolute Batman.
Oh, all right.
It was pretty interesting. I did not get a chance to finish it.
All right, this is
Um,
Absolute Two-Face, I take it.
Yeah, Absolute
Okay.
Two-Face, Absolute Penguin, Absolute Riddler.
Oh, wow,
Absolute Killer
okay.
Croc. Like they all
It's like-
kind of, because this take on Batman, they're all like friends. They're childhood friends who
Yeah, yeah.
have grown up and they're still close. So now like, you get to see them as friends, but
Also
a little
enemies.
twisted. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Takeaways from this. It seems like an interesting issue. I kind of go back and, like I was telling you earlier, I kind of go back and forth on Absolute Batman and whether or not I'm going to keep reading it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to continue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talk with customers a lot about this kind of stuff, and I definitely am not shy about saying Absolute Batman is not my favorite,
Yeah.
but I do think that on the whole, these Absolute books have all been pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think the excitement about it, any of them, is pretty justified, just because it's nice to have something that feels fresh.
Yeah.
But kind of familiar.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's definitely a new take on Batman, but it's like, familiar. Like
yeah. It's familiar enough, but still, it's got that formula just right. Where it feels new, but also recognizable.
They've changed up just enough to,
Speaking of that, we have also coming out tomorrow, Absolute Green Arrow #2. Have you read this one?
I read the first one.
You read the first issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really liked the first one.
I really liked the first issue too. I read this one. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
This has been a really good series. Now, again, this is one of those things where I've not read a lot of Green Arrow comics.
Okay.
I just don't. He's got a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
I never had any interest in the character.
Was it you who we were talking about Green Arrow, and it's just like, he's firing bows, and they dress it up. It's
yes.
like, oh, that's kind of fun, but he's still like hurling lethal weapons.
Yeah. We think we talked about that with issue 1 of Absolute Green Arrow, because I've always felt like Arrow characters are a little odd in superheroes, because it's like you have to have like a punching glove arrow,
right,
and like a smoke arrow. Otherwise, you're just killing people,
right?
It's like, why not just use a gun? It's more efficient, and you know what I mean. Like you're a super, so it's like it's like I like. A superhero using a bow and arrow would effectively just be like the Punisher,
right?
But but you have to superhero it up, and they do trick shots and all this stuff. So what I like about Absolute Green Arrow is he is just murdering people, but it works for the story, because the story, it's kind of like a lot of things that I really enjoy. It's kind of a detective story, because it's a mystery of who is the Green Arrow,
right?
And it's a very shall we say, timely kind of story.
Timely is the word for it. Like, that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah.
It's like because Oliver Queen, he's got this business startup, and then he gets murdered, and then the Green Arrow shows up, and they think the Green Arrow might be Oliver Queen, but also the Green Arrow is murdering people, and Oliver Queen wouldn't do that. He's like a good guy,
Right.
and there's all this like this issue has like without getting too much into like buzzword stuff, it's got some like Me Too elements to it,
Oh.
and
Okay.
there's obviously class imbalance, and
Yeah.
I think we talked about it with issue one. It's like just there's been a lot of real life situations of class conflict and
Yes.
murders, and a lot of the talk about the 1%, and this is all stuff that lines up with Green Arrow though, because historically
Yeah.
the character has always been kind of like an activist type,
Even though he was rich,
even
he
though
was
he was
always
rich, and that was always kind of a thing.
ground level.
But
Yeah.
like it works really well in this setting with the absolute Green Arrow, and I like that Black Canary is effectively the main character.
Right.
And I've seen some people complain that they don't like it for that reason,
What?
and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. It's a really good story. The mystery of finding out who the Green Arrow is very compelling.
Yes.
So I like her as the point of view character,
Hmm.
and you're getting to see everything kind of unfold from her perspective. And there was some shocking stuff in this issue.
Okay.
I'm on board. It's another one. It's similar to Absolute Martian Manhunter, where I'm a little disappointed that it's only 6 issues.
Yeah.
But also, I worry. It's like it's a good 6 issue arc, and if you kept it going, would it just get stale and repetitive? Like,
Right.
is this? I don't know. Well, we'll find out when they get to the end. If we want more or not. But
I have a feeling I think I know who the Green Arrow is.
you do.
It just occurred to me.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I don't
Well,
know.
don't say it. Don't say it on the stream. We
I
don't
won't
want to
say it on the
spoil
stream.
people.
No.
But yeah, it's been really good. I'm curious. This issue, this series is written by I never know how to pronounce his name. It's Pornsak Picho. I already messed it up. Piquechote. It's really well written. I like that there's like there feels like there's a compelling mystery. I don't know if there are any clues to like
Mhm.
find out who the Green Arrow is. It's one of those things where when we get to the end, we'll see.
And then there will be like refer to page X
Yeah,
from issue
yeah.
3 or whatever.
But I'm
Yeah.
okay if there's not, because sometimes those stories get really like just bogged down in the like laying down red herrings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I just want a cool story. But anyway, it's really good. I really like it.
Nice.
All right. Also coming out tomorrow, another book that I really like, Megalith, the Olympus Saga #2. We talked about issue 1 when this came out. This is basically it's basically just kind of like a giant kaiju story,
Okay.
but it unfolds like an action movie where in the previous issue, a giant megalith just landed on Earth, and scientists and soldiers are trying to figure out what it does, and then it turns into a kind of a giant kaiju,
Okay.
and they're trying to like it's just wandering the Earth, and they're trying to figure. There's like a little bit of a mystery, and then there's final page reveal of like kind of what's going on, and it's really cool. It's written by Matt Kint, awesome art by
Love him.
Louis LaRosa. Yeah, just a really really cool looking book. I think I said about issue 1, this feels like the type of story that what's his name? I can never remember his name. The guy that did the Independence Day movie.
I can never remember his name either.
It's like the type of story like he wishes he was making, where it's like big action, and it moves really a really brisk pace, and kind of there's lip service to science, but it doesn't get in the way of just like the compelling drama and action.
Cool.
Except it's not dumb like Independence Day or the Day After Tomorrow, or
was that another one of his?
I think he produced that one. I don't know if he directed
okay.
it. 2012,
Cool.
Olympus Has Fallen. Like he's done all those like destruction porn movies.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that, but without the porn and just like the cool action. So yeah, I like this one a lot.
Nice.
Briefly, gonna just mention G.I. Joe Energon Universe 23 comes out tomorrow. Not gonna flip through it. I don't want to bore you with my ramblings of G.I. Joe.
I won't be bored.
But I'm really enjoying the Energon Universe. between the Energon universe and the Absolute universe, it's kind of an exciting time for some new comics. Like, it's crazy that we're on like year 3 for a lot of these books. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Absolute's kind of wrapping up year 2, and we're starting year 3 with the Energon books. Yeah, that's, I don't know.
That's cool.
It is cool. It's nice for people to be excited about comics.
Yeah. I was actually, I had a story for you. I
Oh,
was able to impress some friends with G.I. Joe knowledge that I only have because of listening to you talk. They wanted to know how many Joes I could name.
uh huh.
And the first one I said was Beachhead. And they were just like, oh, you can stop there. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny. They were testing your cred, and they're like, okay, you didn't say Snake Eyes as your number one. Nice. See, I mean, I'm just saying, I talk a lot, but you know, you 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 can learn stuff from me. My coolness will rub off on you.
Nice.
That goes for everybody out there. I know
Yeah,
that's why you tune into this stream, is to
exactly.
glean this little bit of information. But anyway, so yeah, GI. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for telling me that. GI Joe, very cool stuff. Also coming out tomorrow, Deathstroke, the Terminator #4.
Ooh.
This is another cool series, like just straight action superhero stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've been following it,
I have.
Sam.
I'm up to date
Oh,
except for that
nice.
issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't read this one yet either, but I like the it's written by Tony Fleeks, and I think he just gets how to do cool action comics.
Yes.
Like, it's
The
not bogged down by too much convoluted continuity.
the action sequences are very
Excuse me.
slick in this book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very very cool comic. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Let's see, another. They've been staying on schedule. This is another one that's tied
Nice.
into the Supergirl movie coming out. Lobo #4,
Ooh.
and this is it. It's the main man versus the woman of tomorrow, because Lobo's going to be in the Supergirl movie,
Right.
and even though the Supergirl movie is based off of the Woman of Tomorrow series
Mm-hmm.
by Tom King. He also wrote the screenplay. Lobo wasn't in the original comic book
No.
series, and that was, I think, Tom King has said at the time he wanted to use Lobo, but they wouldn't let him because for whatever reason. And so now
Oh.
he got his chance to put Lobo into the movie, and so now in the comics they're getting their chance to have Lobo fight Supergirl before the movie comes out. And but it's a Lobo series, so it's really good.
Yeah.
It's beautiful art by Jorge Corona, and just so it's even more over the top than Simon Bisley in the original series, and it's funny. Supergirl shows up. I just kind of want to get to the page where you get to see her, because yeah, there we go. You got Supergirl and Crypto, and Lobo has his dog as well. So it's just a huge beatdown brawl between Lobo, Supergirl, and I forgot, it's Crypto, and then I forget what
Oh,
Lobo's dog. I think you just call him Dog. I've already forgotten.
I don't. Yeah, I
But
can't remember.
anyway, yeah, good stuff. I am enjoying this comic quite a bit. Like, again, there's a lot of good stuff coming out these
Yeah.
days. All right, I got a few more books to talk about briefly. Did you have something else
I
over
had a
there?
couple other. I think you had read this. I
Oh
didn't get a
yeah.
chance to read it, but we have "If Destruction Be Our Lot" issue 2. Issue
Mm-hmm.
1 was a lot of fun.
I did
Yeah.
get a chance to read this.
Okay.
I liked it
Okay.
quite a bit. I
Yeah.
like the way this story is unfolding, and it's turning into this really weird dystopian future.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like that you're basically getting everything is unfolding from the perspective of this Abraham Lincoln robot,
Right.
and it's like kind of a weird premise, but it makes sense once you see everything as it happens.
Yeah.
Because he's basically a robot with amnesia, where he doesn't really
Ooh.
know what's going on. He just remembers everything about Abraham Lincoln's life. So he's effectively Abraham Lincoln
Right.
in this world populated only by robots. And this issue, it's a very funny issue because he's being sent to be reprogrammed,
Okay.
and there's a lot of good scenes where it's like a lot of these robots just don't know what's going on, where they're like, oh, I'm gonna go get it reminds me a lot of the Futurama episode about broken robots, where they just get
Yeah.
thrown out because like why spend money to fix it when you just get a new one.
Right.
There's an element, it's not exactly like that going on in this, but there's an element to it where
Mm-hmm.
it's like, they take the robots to the hospital, uh, and it'd be really dark if they were not robots, but they're robots,
So it's
So
okay.
it's okay. It's okay to mutilate them, is what I'm saying, because they don't feel pain. They're robots, except for when they're programmed to feel pain. Then
Right.
it's kind of sad.
Then yeah.
But I'm enjoying this quite a bit. There's a pretty big page reveal in the final
Okay.
page. So like
So
a
don't
little
flip to
bit
the
of it.
back.
I'm not going to flip to the. Don't read it first before you get to it. Um, the characters are fun. I like this one. This is really good.
Cool.
I highly recommend.
Nice.
Alrighty. I have, let's see, I got two more books, and then we're gonna bring in our special guest to talk about the last book. Did you have one more over
I
there?
had one more. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I finally got caught up with X-Men United. This is issue number
Okay.
4.
All right.
It's pretty decent.
How I haven't really paid attention to this series after the first issue. How has it been going?
It's been pretty cool. The first arc, more or less, that they introduced with issues 2 and 3 was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Rogers he wanted to basically use the whole X-Men United service to find somebody who had been experimented upon unfairly by the program. They tried to make more super soldiers essentially, and he was just like, I want to make amends. And the X-Men were like, we're going to help you do that because that's going to establish our credibility.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
so they go there, and that was a pretty interesting story. I still don't quite know where it's going, like what to expect from this.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got that from the first issue where I was like, okay, there's a lot of setup here, but not a lot of like impetus. Like,
Meat.
there's not a lot
Yeah.
of meat to it. Yeah, I think we talked about it when it
Yeah.
first came out. Um, has it basically revolved around the psychic school setting?
Kind of, but like they haven't done any like classes other than the first issue.
Oh, really? Okay,
It was
so
mainly just like, okay, how can we like use
yeah,
this as a service to kind of
okay,
establish mutant credibility,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's neat. Again, like the high concept was an interesting idea in the
Yeah.
first issue.
I'm excited about this issue though because this is
Mm.
one of the 4 mutants that Gail Simone created for the current Uncanny X-Men run,
Okay,
and
yeah.
those characters are awesome. Like
Okay.
Uncanny X-Men has really been excellent.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I've heard that from multiple people.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Oh my
Oh.
goodness. You just cough all over your comic book. All right. Very briefly, I'm gonna talk about this first, and then I will briefly mention this one while you go grab our special guest.
Sure, yeah.
But this is actually the book I'm probably most excited about. I don't know. I'm kind of excited that I got that Avengers 25 facsimile out of that mystery bag. So that it's hard to top that. But man, who is not excited about a new issue of Concrete
Ooh.
after
I have never
over
heard
a decade?
I've never heard
Have
of
you
Concrete.
never read Concrete?
No.
Oh man. Okay. First of all, highly recommend Concrete.
Okay.
It is actually one of my favorite comics of all time.
Wow.
This is written and drawn by Paul Chadwick, and the only thing I can say about this issue is, as much as I love Concrete, it might be, I don't want to say difficult to jump in at this point because I do feel like it's written pretty plainly and pretty straightforward. But the high concept for Concrete is it's basically like a superhero origin that is not a superhero genre story.
Okay.
So it's about a guy, he's out hiking and he gets abducted by aliens and his brain is transplanted into this giant rock body.
Okay.
And it's most of the stories are kind of like slice of life stories of just like how does he live his life in the normal everyday world where he's like a Fantastic Four type the thing,
Right.
like Ben Grimm. So like he has to ride in the back of a pickup truck and it has to be like reinforced to hold so much tonnage of weight. He can't like do delicate things. And there's a lot of like attention to detail like that. Like they're talking of walkie-talkies and the walkie-talkie is like taped to a rock or a plank of wood so that he can hold it without crushing it.
Yeah.
There's like neat stuff like that. And this series. This is the first one in, like I said, over a decade. I can't remember when the last one was, um, but it is picking up where it left off. And there's a lot of stories about him kind of just like discovering things about this alien body that he's in.
Mm.
And so at some point he had a kid, like his body just like produced asexually. And so like, but the kid is like this little rock baby that's in a coma. And he works as a writer.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, he used to be a speech writer, and now he's like, well, I guess I can just write about my experiences as this like weird monster guy and just kind of travel the world. And he does like travel writing. So this issue starts with them going to the desert, and he's working on a story that he's writing about traveling. And then this is, I think maybe I feel like I'm over explaining it, and this kind of gets into my the thing that I complain about a lot of comics, which is the high concept, like the log line you use to sell it is the final page reveal.
Oh.
Excuse me. It this main thrust of this story is that he's out in the middle of the desert. He's by himself. He can survive in harsh temperatures. That's like he's the thing. He's Ben Grimm.
Right.
But he gets struck by lightning and is like knocked unconscious and gets amnesia. And so he just kind of like wakes up in the desert. But that's literally the final like page. So there's a little bit of that where I'm like, okay, I feel like we're kind of like get to the point. But it's written really well. There's like a poetic nature to Paul Chadwick's writing, and I just really love it. So I would definitely recommend tracking down some of the old stuff. I think there is like an ultimate edition out there, a complete like concrete.
Do we have that?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't think we do, but it might be there might be a new printing on the way. But I'm excited. I'm so excited. I like this issue quite a bit. It's beautiful art. Just very very cool stuff.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. It's just refreshing to read. Like it's just like one of those comics where it's like whenever for people that think too hard about superhero comics, where it's like, you read Fantastic Four, it's like how does Ben Grimm go to the bathroom? How and it's like you don't worry about that because it's a superhero comic. But this is a comic where they do explore that because he doesn't have a Reed Richards to invent super science things that just solve all of his problems. He's just got to figure out a way to survive in this giant monster rock body.
That's so cool.
It's really really good.
Yeah.
So highly recommend it. Okay. All right, why don't you step out and grab our special guest while I briefly mention Dog Tag number 2 comes out. You read issue 1 of this, Sam.
I did. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
All right, so Sam and I both recommend Dog Tag. This is by Mark Russell, art by PJ Holden, and I like that this is about a war journalist, and it's just him. Like stories from his perspective. I thought I was on the.
Can you?
There we go. And first issue was really good.
I am on my way.
Yet, but I like it.
Hello, comic people. I am interrupting Aaron. Right, I am talking while he's talking.
Oh my goodness. You're ruining the whole stream, Suzi.
I know.
All right.
What I do.
Hello, Suzi.
At least you brought the comic for me.
I did. Yeah. Thank you. I did.
Hello.
So we brought our Suzi begged me to be on the stream today because she wanted to talk about Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 10. Yes. And I have been really enjoying this Battle Beast comic. I like it quite a bit. As I say often, it gives me that feeling of reading Invincible back in the day without just doing new Invincible.
Sure.
It's really cool.
And like continuing a saga and kind of like beating that.
Yeah, it's a good way because Invincible's finished, and this is a really good way to give you more Invincible without just starting Invincible Volume Series 2 or Invincible again, Invincible Returns.
Yes, and like I haven't read like Invincible fully because I've just been watching the show because I know they've been like kind of diverting a little bit, and so I want to like watch the show and then read the comics afterwards. Because part of something that I think is cool about this is that it's Robert Kirkman like getting a second chance to do a lot of his stories. Like, it's like, oh well, now I want to make oh my god, what's the robot girl's name? It was the series before
I forget.
Invincible. I forget too, but like
Tech Jacket.
Tech Jacket, like making Tech Jacket a girl to like kind of like differentiate because it was
add
just
a little
like,
diversity.
Yeah, it was basically just like Mark.
2.0. Yeah, like or like the beta version of Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's what, like, this Battle Beast comic is a good example of that, because the character of Battle Beast was basically a joke when he was first introduced. It
Yeah.
was just like, oh, you know, he just leaves, and that's the joke, is that he's
Yes.
just too powerful. The whole battle with Invincible is beneath him.
Yeah,
and so he
he's
just
like,
leaves.
This is boring.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, this is dumb.
Well, I mean, I love the comparison that, like, in his first introduction, where it's just like this Kingpin guy hiring all these goons.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like Kingpin hiring like Thanos
yeah, exactly.
to help him on a gig.
Right.
Like, it's like, you're just this cosmic force.
Yeah. And that's what's made the Battle Beast comic so fun, because now they get to really play into that and develop the character a little bit. And then what's really cool is that now we're 10 issues into Battle Beast, and we're starting to see more parts of the Invincible universe kind of bleed into it. And the last couple of issues, the big deal has been that this character, Conquest, has shown up.
Finally showed up. Everyone was like begging for this, because both of them have kind of the same personality, where it's like, they just both love fighting.
They just love to kill.
That's their whole shtick. And so people were like, oh man, I can't believe this happened before he got to face Battle Beast.
Right. And now here we are. They get to throw down.
Wish fulfillment at its finest.
And I don't even want to flip through this too much, because I will say, like, if you're familiar with the characters, it's basically what you expect. I think Kirkman does a good job of giving people what they want, you know? And
then he knows of all people that people have, like, been asking for this.
Yeah, he knows that these are the characters that...
And so he's going to take his time building up to it.
So, yeah, I am excited about this. And it's funny, too, because, like you were talking about, you're watching the show. I've fallen behind. I haven't kept up with the show. But also, we're getting into... I stopped reading Invincible, like, before Conquest really became, like, a main character. So now we're actually getting to the point where this Battle Beast is surpassing my knowledge of Invincible. So now I feel like I probably do need to go back and
get back into it.
Reread Invincible. I don't know.
Read it while it's hot.
I know, right? Or maybe I'll just watch the show like everybody else.
That's like the peak form of comics anyways, when it gets like turned into a show.
It's animated series. Yeah. Yes. I mean, yeah. Not totally, but a little bit.
Yeah. Every animated movie desires to be a live action remake.
We're not having that conversation. Did you read through this issue, or did
I
you
did?
Just, oh, okay. Well, I haven't read it yet. So what did you think?
I loved it. When I asked Aaron, when I begged him to let me be on the show, I was like, please let me talk about this, because the first half of the comic is essentially that scene from Shrek 2 when they're having an awkward dinner with her parents and everything, and they keep like fighting and like viciously eating the food as they're like staring each other down, and that's essentially what happens. Like here, this
as you can see on the cover, they're staring each other down over dinner.
Yes, this poor guy is just trying to make like some kind of diplomatic like arrangement with Conquest, and the whole time Conquest is just staring Battle Beast down. And you're like, so you want to fight?
Well, that's great. I'm glad that you can relate to cool comics through your knowledge of Shrek.
Yeah, I mean the trailer came out today for Shrek 5, so it's culturally relevant right now.
There's a new Shrek movie coming out. This is all so beyond me. Oh my goodness!
Believe it or not, it was Erin that sent it to me at 8 a.m. being like, "Girls' Night?" ?
I do believe that. I don't know. The Shrek generation. All right. Well, that's everything unless you had any final thoughts about.
No, I feel like if you have been waiting for this just as much as a lot of people have, I think you'll leave satisfied.
Oh, absolutely.
And it seems like it's going to keep going. Like it's not like it's not like the DC battle boss thing where it's like 2 pages and that's the whole exchange.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, Kirkman knows how to give people what they want.
Right. So it's not just for the BuzzFeed article.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not just like a cheap cop out. Like he's really leaning into it and going for it. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope you saw some comics that you like. Like our friend Dan says, what does our friend Dan say? Do you remember?
There is a comic book for everyone, and if you like comic books, you should come to our store. But if you are not by our store, then go support your local place.
That's close enough, yeah.
It's been like 2 years since Dan's been on the show.
It's been a while. It has,
as Dan always
3.
says.
Yeah, people don't even know who Dan is.
I know. This is a whole other generation.
All right. We're out of here. See
Bye,
y'all
everyone.
later. Bye.